I guess we have Gamergate 2.0 upon us. Did you see that tweet that I made yesterday about Gamergate in 2017 and how they blamed Trump being elected on that?
Well, there was like some the thing is when it comes to that, Milo, like there was a lot of crossover between Milo covering that and then obviously a lot of the Trump stuff. So there was more than just nothing to connect it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to that story. But yeah, it was obviously very online stuff, very internet stuff, memes, same type of things. That's how they try to connect everything. But absolutely, Milo Yiannopoulos was latched on to Gamergate at one point, and then obviously was very political as well. So,
well, they've been trying to get Gamergate to happen since basically Gamergate ended, whenever that was. And again, I was never part of Gamergate. I have to say this every time this conversation comes up because I'm always attached to it. And I've had to do my research on it after the fact of what Gamergate was and all of that. And it's really a simple story that got overly convoluted, and the media took it to another level. But do you think that we're actually looking at like Gamergate 2.0 right now with all of this?
Well, I think we kind of are, because essentially what you were talking, it's a little bit different, right? In terms of like what started it. Before really what started it, you're talking about this relationship that exists between games journalists and games developers, right? Specifically surrounding someone named Zoe Quinn, who was sleeping with a variety of people, including some people that were positively reviewing her game. And that's really where a lot of it started. Then it really spun into, how are these people in the gaming industry anyway? Did they deserve to be there? What's their point in being there? Oh, it's to push all this other shit. And like more critiques like that. But at the start of it, it's really just talking about the relationship between games journalists and game developers, ethics in games journalism. And what we're seeing right now is we are seeing a very similar circumstance of games journalists and game developers teaming up to go after gamers. And like that is what you saw 10 years ago. That's what you're seeing now. It's starting over different things, certainly. But I think the difference this time is that media in general is in disrepair. Nobody has any faith or trust or anything when it comes to media of any type, mainstream media of any type, let alone games journalists. And they've done so much damage to their reputation over the past decade that I don't think they have, I don't think they have any chance in hell of actually coming out on top in this.
No, not at all. So this is kind of a little timeline that I saw broke down. But Brazilian gamer, makes Steam curator. Sweet Baby tries to get his account taken down. I don't know if a lot of people have seen those screenshots. I do have those screenshots up of them basically targeting the Steam account, the Sweet Baby Inc. employees. Sweet Baby mocks Akira Toriyama's passing. Gaming journalists run cover for Sweet Baby Inc. U.S. government tells gaming industry to denounce Gamergate. FBI and DHS start targeting gamers. And that's kind of a gist of kind of where we are at this point in time. And this is the statement of the year right here. Dan Bask. I had to do research too, Jeremy. So if you guys don't know, like Dan several months ago sent a tweet out. And he's like, wokeness has finally come for the game industry. We're like, Dan, you're like,
the culture war is finally
it's
finally come for gaming or something.
Yeah.
We know you live in a third world country. We know that you get shipped like the Super Bowl losers t-shirts to hand out to fucking poor starving children. We know you're in a dog shit country, but please, you got the internet, keep up with things.
Oh man.
Yeah, and that's the main thing, right? That this is what's being left out.
Oh
right?
yeah, there you
this
go.
is,
Yep, I just
this is Chris Kindred. Like this thing is the one thing that's being left out. Sweet Baby Inc. started this. They weren't happy that a Steam group page listed games that they were involved in. Not sat there and like shit all over them or in detail went over like they're a piece of shit company. They should be like nothing like that, right? They list the fucking games that they're involved in and say, hey, not recommended. Sweet Baby Inc. is involved in this. That's it. And that was enough to make these people fly off the handle, probably in light of the Suicide Squad failure and them getting a little more heat in general. They wanted to not only ban the group, but also ban his personal Steam account because he loves it so much. Truly vindictive, vile shit. Like, that's how all of this started. And when you look right now, at all the hit pieces that are out there, look at this shit, Jeremy. Like, all of these hit pieces fail to actually acknowledge what started this.
Yep.
And it was that Sweet Baby Inc. went after a gamer first. They went after Cabrutus. That's how all this shit started. They are the ones who started a harassment campaign. And now they're trying to gaslight everybody into believing that they are the recipients of one.
And again, that's why I think it's very important, and I will continue to mention it. But it's why I'm really happy that we are covering this stuff over on geeksandgamers.com. And a big shout out to Alex, our editor in chief, who for that Kotaku article, we battled back against it because that Kotaku article says, gamers are confused as to what Sweet Baby Inc. does or whatever. And we have a counter to that. And we're going to continue to counter stuff like this with the truth and putting stuff out there. We also have an interview with Cabrutus, and we have talked to him about getting him on here too. Because look, man, I think this thing is going to get really ugly over the next 6-8 months. It's going to get real ugly. And I do think that this is another small piece in a bigger puzzle of what we're going to see, because it is election season. And as much as I know we don't try to cross the streams too much over here with politics and the entertainment world, when the streams do cross, we're going to cover it. And I do think we're at that point now. This is more political than anything. That's what this is.